talk to us about how the metrics look right now. And this particular quarter was clearly a historic quarter for the company. Of course, it's a listed company we are talking about now, but the stock is locked on circuit and the market seem to be loving your numbers.
See, if you look at quarter four, we achieved an highest gross addition of around 0.96 million customers. This was highest of all the quarters in our history. So this was almost like 87% growth quarter on quarter. For full year, we added around 2.4 million customers, which is around 322% higher than the last year. This is again one of the best achievement in the year. Our share in Demat accounts stood at around 17.6, and we saw a good improvement in our market share. And overall retail turnover, in ADTO, we have a market share now at 20.8, which is much higher than what we had in FY20. So overall, we saw growth in margin trading book. Our revenue, we achieved highest revenue till date in this quarter, which is around 420 crores around, and approximately 1300 crores in a year. And we being into digital model and achieving a scale that we have achieved, even our margin continued to remain healthy at around 50%. So overall, we achieved around an highest profit after tax of 102 crores in a quarter and around 300 crores in a year. So that is the best achievement, and we are happy to really announce all these numbers.
Mr. Thakkar, a lot of people on the street are also, wondering this blistering pace of your numbers. To what degree is it sustainable? What are the steps you're taking to ensure that a large part of that or healthy growth continues even from here on? What would your answer be?
See, if you look at current kind of boost that this broking industry has got, it is because of digitization. It is because of people coming from tier 2, tier 3, and they are participating more. If you look at the growth of this industry, this CDSL grew by around 35% this year, but 75% of the contribution in incremental client came from digital players like angel broking. So I see that looking at under-penetration that India is in equity market, today our penetration is hardly 4%. And if I look at a country like China, Korea, they are at a penetration of around 12 to 13%. And if I look at US, they are at around 32%. So I think there is enough elbow room or headroom to grow for digital players like us. Because if you look at India, it's a low ticket size. And to serve a customer in this market, one has to be digital. Plus, if you look at interest rate coming down, and what we are serving is millennials who educate themselves on social media, who are well versed with this product, and they are coming in a big number. So I see this trend to sustain for at least 5 to 10 years.
Right. Mr. Thakkar, let's shift focus and talk about what the market really wants to know. What all plans are being forged ahead? What are the new initiatives you're taking to ensure that this growth is adequately captured? I understand, of course, that the company is completely changing from a traditional broking company to a technology-backed digital company, a fintech of sorts, and some high-profile people are joining. The new CEO who joined from a technology background. Talk to us about what would you like to tell the market or the street? How's the company's overall outlook changing?
Plan is that we need to move from one product company to becoming a platform company. So we have to get in lots of talents who are good at understanding or developing very immersive kind of a product using cutting edge technology. So what is important for us is to attract more talent and have a vision of getting into multiple products. So our plan is to create a kind of a multifunctional app or a super app, which can serve the needs of millennials, serve the needs of Gen Z, serve the needs of people who want to take an exposure in financial market. I think India is very huge market. And if we get it right in terms of developing a right technological product, then I think we will see a huge penetration in India across all pin codes. That is where an opportunity lies. And we are working towards making best-in-class services and trying to like up our learning curve so that we are able to give lots of service and make investors more informed on this product side. I think there is a big upside in terms of youth participating in equity and stock market related product. That's the reason next step would be that we are planning to float an AMC. So already we are in the process of applying to regulator. I feel there is a big opportunity in terms of people participating in passive investment products. So that is where our focus would be, to disrupt this industry wherever it is possible and to give best of service to investors.
Right, Mr. Thakkar, in fact, if you look at the stock price of your company, which got locked on the circuit, it's the AMC 4A news which you broke earlier, which the street seemed to be really loving it, that you're diversifying into bigger business of asset management as well, from being a traditional broking company to becoming a fintech and also a technology-backed AMC. So that's clearly the commentary has gone well as far as the street goes. Talk to us about what sense are you gathering, because you are actually getting a lot of data points. What are the young investors approaching the market as in current environment, which continues to remain buoyant despite of the fact that because of the unfortunate second wave, a lot of small businesses have been impacted, citizens are being impacted. It appears that the market seems to be ignoring all of that and having its mind of its own. What are the young investors doing? If you could give us some insights.
See, if you look at this COVID too, it is unfortunate that India is going through this kind of wave. But what I see is that first wave also, first half of that year, previous year was bad, and we bounced back. We bounced back because we have a youth population. We have youth who are ready to work, who are ready to consume. So what I am seeing, this youth appears to be more informed in terms of taking a long-term view on economy. They also understand that first half would be bad. But if you look at their approach, even in that previous wave also, they entered the market in Q1 of FY20. So similarly, what I am seeing, youth are able to take a long-term view. They are able to read a lot beyond just 6 months or 2 quarters. They look at a country that there is a huge potential and there's lots of opportunities in this market. So I think they are using lots of tools to analyze and to enter the market and exit the market. This generation is very different than the generation that we have been serving previously. This generation is more objective and they use lots of technological tools to analyze potential of the market, valuation of the market. So I'm seeing big growth coming from this tier 2, tier 3 and millennials and Gen Z. So it is very different. They are far more educated. They are far more knowledgeable in terms of approach towards market. They are not, I would say, risk taker, but more informed investors.
Right. Mr. Thakkar, since we have you and on the show, I can't let you go without asking a question on markets, your view on the market, the way it is behaving, the way FI flows are there. In the face of FI flows, we are being so resilient. If one were to look beyond the 2-3 quarters worst case, which appears that after vaccinations gather pace, things may get in control, at least that's the hope is. Beyond that, medium to long term, what's your view on the market?
See, I believe that what is going on in India is unfortunate. But if you look at this COVID wave, see, vaccination drive is on. And most probably by around 2-3 months, we will have everything under control. So first half is already discounted that we would not be doing great in market. But I think investor affairs will look at second half and beyond. So I feel if you look at India population, mostly it is young population. So even vaccination rate, what is going in India is lower than other developed countries like US and UK. But at the same time, we have population above 45 was vulnerable, also just 25%. So I think within few months, we will be able to get out of this lockdown phase and economy will open up and we will see a growth in economy. The way it bounced back in previous year, we'll see similar kind of bounce back in second half. I am expecting GDP to be growing at around 8 to 9% for this year also. And coming year, I'm expecting this to be in double digit. So if you look at growth trajectory going forward in 3-4 years in India and across globe, I think there will be a huge surge in investment from FIS as well as local people. So I am bullish on the market. There can be few kind of like knee-jerk corrections. That is an opportunity for investors to buy.
Right. All right, Mr. Thakkar, we'll let you go on that one. Good luck for the company and, of course, your AMC foray as well. Of course, great numbers. Let's see.